New at 6, the threats of mass shootings or active terrorism have led sports stadiums and schools to install the latest weapons detection systems. Right now, these devices are here in Ohio.
They're used at Lower.com Field by the Columbus Crew right now and at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, home of the Cleveland Browns. But as 10 Investigates discovered, tests revealed gaps in these systems that may mean some items are missed.
Here's Chief Investigative reporter Bennett Haeberle.
The sales pitch behind these scanners, made by a company named Evolve, is that they can detect weapons without the wait time of metal detectors.
Express instantly differentiates harmless personal items from threats, making it easy for guards and frictionless for visitors.
But as 10 Investigates learned, these systems have limitations. They can sometimes miss certain weapons. So how do we know? Well, the Evolve system was tested here in Columbus back in 2021 by an entity called the National Center for Spectator Sports Safety and Security, or NCS4. It's based out of the University of Southern Mississippi. They released a 25-page report, and Evolve's CEO said this.
The results of that testing were very positive as we earned a score of 2.84 on a scale of 0 to 3.
But there was also a full report, 52 pages, that was not released to the public. It contained photos of the items tested and found that certain weapons weren't detected. During the testing, the report shows the Evolve Express did find most handguns, but failed to flag a micro-compact handgun on 2 occasions. Certain metal pipes had mixed results. And while some knives alerted 100% of the time, others were not detected at all. The overall detection rate for knives was 58%. The evaluators recommended full transparency to potential customers.
At a basic level, they just need to know that these shortcomings exist.
Connor Healy works for IPVM, a reporting outlet that focuses on tech and security. IPVM was first to obtain this full report through an open records request that it sent to the University of Southern Mississippi, where NCS4 is based. When we asked for a copy, the university denied our request, saying it released the report by mistake. Evolve does not dispute its contents.
The testing done by NCS4 in Mississippi very clearly showed that these problems exist.
You got a knife!
This attack last October at a Utica, New York high school involved a knife that district officials say got through Evolve's detectors.
Are you out of your mind?
The district decided to stop using the Evolve Express system, but only after it had spent millions of dollars to install them.
Through investigation, it was determined the Evolve weapon detection system purchased at the direction of Mr. Karam does not detect metal objects and was not designed to detect knives. In fact, the Evolve weapon detection system was designed to only pick up weapons of mass casualties.
So the Evolve systems detected over 100,000 concealed weapons last year and prevented them from entering prohibited spaces.
In an interview with 10 Investigates, Evolve executives defended their product, saying they continue to improve it, have added dozens of clients, and that its detectors are just one part of a layered approach to security.
If you're willing to say how many weapons you have stopped, I'm just curious how many weapons have been missed, or do you know?
I don't know.
Co-founder Anil Chikara and executive Jill Lamond told me their scanners help provide security without the bottlenecks of metal detectors. But in the past year, the company has stopped using the phrase creating weapons-free zones, and now says it works to create safe zones.
But that's a moniker. It's a phrase that you guys use over and over again. And I guess that's why my question is, it seems to run counter to what the tests have shown, which is that there are certain weapons that can go undetected.
So we work with our customers to fully inform them of what the system's capabilities are and some of the limitations of the system. And then they are informed and can use it in the context of their overall security plan.
So you do tell them what the limits are?
We have a very detailed and clear discussion with our customers.
Evolve administrators told 10 Investigates for security reasons they don't share certain information contained in the NCS4 report publicly.
We don't post them on our websites so that anybody who wants to do harm in a school actually gets to see exactly how to do just that. So it's not about transparency. It's really about being transparent with the right people. And we absolutely have those difficult conversations and discuss each individual facility and their risks.
But isn't it about transparency, though? I mean, especially in a school system, you're talking about millions of public dollars that are being invested. If I've got a school district that needs to be equipped with this equipment, I think the parents in that case should have a right to know about its limitations. You guys seem to say that that's not true.
Our buyers are made acutely aware of capabilities and limitations at every pass.
Both Evolve and their direct competitor Chea, which offers a similar detection system used at Ohio Stadium, say the technology can be curtailed. Increasing the sensitivity caused more items like keys and cell phones to be flagged. Adjusting that sensitivity settings might mean some items are missed.
You know, and some people say, well, yeah, I don't want any knife in. Okay, that's fine. We can set it for that, but now we're going to slow people down. But so we always have that discussion.
If you have good security, there's going to be some type of inconvenience.
Ken Trump is a school safety expert. He says any potential buyers of this technology should do their research before making big purchases.
What we end up with oftentimes is security theater, the perception that we're doing more. The reality is unintended consequences, unknown unknowns, and different variables come into play that can create new problems, create a false sense of security, a perception that meets an emotional security blanket need, but doesn't necessarily make people safer, and in the end turns out to be security theater.
And we are out here live at lower.com field. The Evolve system behind me is covered up, I'm assuming because of this evening's rain. We did speak with Haslam Sports, the owner of the Crew and the Cleveland Browns. They tell us that they have confidence in their layered approach to security, including training their staff and using the Evolve system. Both Evolve and Chea have both expanded their client base, adding NFL teams in large school districts like Atlanta.
All right, Bennett, what about concerns that this might give bad guys a blueprint?
Yeah, Yolanda, I mean, it was something that we considered in our reporting of this. It's the same question that we took to Evolve. The other side of that coin, of course, though, is like things like the TSA. The Government Accountability Office routinely audits them, and those stories, those reports are published with the vulnerabilities. The question we pose to Evolve is, how do you sit in silence knowing that these vulnerabilities exist?
All
Reporting live outside lower.com field, Bennett Haeberle, 10 Investigates.
All right, thank you, Bennett. Just hours ago, Columbus City Schools unveiled a new tool designed to keep students safe. Weapons detection that has recently become the subject of a 10 Investigates report. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Yolanda Harris. Andrew has the night off. Now, we know safety is a top concern for so many families, so our chief investigative reporter, Bennett Haeberle, worked to get answers from the district today. Bennett?
Hey, Yolanda, Evolve's co-founder, which is installing these weapons detectors, stood alongside the Columbus City Schools safety director. They were at East High School today to make the announcement that the district plans to spend $3 million to install these weapons detectors at the district's high schools. I asked the CCS safety director if he had concerns about installing these detectors, given our reporting that revealed its limitations. Here's what he said.
At this time, I do not have any major concerns on limitations because it is a new product for us. We've had the opportunity to have a demonstration at 2 of our schools before we started this, and it was able to utilize what we need to do, deter the students from bringing items into the schools.
Evolve says its scanners use sensors and artificial intelligence to help flag threats like guns. They're used in schools and sports stadiums like the Columbus Crew's lower.com field, and are touted as being able to detect threats without the wait time of traditional metal detectors. But a test of the devices conducted at the Crew Stadium back in 2021 showed the overall detection rate for knives was 58%. The evaluators recommended full transparency for potential customers. A New York school district stopped using Evolve last fall after this knife attack. District officials said the Evolve system failed to detect the knife. I asked Evolve's co-founder about the conversation his company has with school districts. Do you guys have those conversations with your clients? Are you telling them that those things might be missed?
We have a very detailed conversations about what the system can do and what its limitations are. We share reports with them, such as the NCS4 report, and we talk through the results there. Everything is not 100% in that report. And we talk through what the results are, and they have other ways they might want to mitigate some of those things. But we try to be crystal clear and very transparent with the security teams at the organizations that are considering our technology.
Neil Chikara there says school needs to take a layered approach to their security plans. Columbus City Schools says they plan to install these weapons detectors in the high schools. They can also use them for sporting events. We'll have much more in our reporting and our conversation with Evolve coming up tonight at 6. Yolanda?
All right, thank you, Bennett. Right now at 6, Columbus City Schools will be installing new weapons detection systems at all high schools. It will cost the district $3 million for a 4-year contract, and the company is Evolve Technologies Express. Now, this is the same company our 10 Investigates exposed just last night for having vulnerabilities within its systems. Thanks for watching 10 TV News at 6. I'm Yolanda Harris. Chief Investigative reporter Bennett Haeberle was there today when the district made that announcement.
Yeah, Yolanda, the district says it is excited to be able to provide additional security at its high schools, but our reporting has revealed that these same detectors may fall short of finding every weapon. At East High School, representatives with Evolve demonstrated how their detection system is designed to flag threats. The idea: track weapons and replace traditional metal detectors, while at the same time cutting down on the wait time. The district's message to parents and students was this:
we want them to understand that we're continuing to look at the best methods, the best practices that we can do to ensure a school that is safe at all times.
But 10 Investigates found a field test conducted at the Columbus Crew's Lower.com field in 2021 found the Evolve system may fail to detect certain weapons. While most handguns were found, 2 micro-compact handguns were missed during the testing. This report, while not made public, was reviewed by 10 Investigates and showed the overall detection rate for knives was 58%. Evaluators recommended full transparency to potential customers.
We have a very detailed conversations about what the system can do and what its limitations are. We share reports with them, such as the NCS4 report, and we talk through the results there. Everything is not 100% in that report. And we talk through what the results are, and they have other ways they might want to mitigate some of those things. But we try to be crystal clear and very transparent with the security teams at the organizations that are considering our technology.
A New York school district canceled its Evolve contract after this attack last fall. CCS plans to lease the devices for the next 4 years. I asked the district safety director if he had concerns about the device's limitations.
At this time, I do not have any major concerns on limitations because it is a new product for us. We've had the opportunity to have a demonstration at 2 of our schools before we started this, and it was able to utilize what we need to do: deter the students from bringing items into the schools.
Evolve co-founder Neil Chikara says they are clear with their customers about the advantages and the limitations. He says they're continuing to work to improve the technology, and he added that it's not a cure-all, that all districts should supplement their security. To watch our full investigation, just go to our website, 10tv.com. Look for the 10 Investigates tab. Yolanda?
All right, thank you, Bennett. The company that makes the detectors is called Evolve. Yesterday, our 10 Investigates team reported on the limitations of this technology. So today's announcement, during it, Chief Investigative reporter Bennett Haeberle took those same questions from our report to the district. He continues our team coverage.
Evolve's co-founder and Columbus City Schools safety director were at East High School to make the announcement that the district plans to spend $3 million to install these detectors at high schools in the state's largest district. I asked the CCS safety director if he had concerns about installing these detectors, given our reporting that revealed their limitations. Here's what he said.
At this time, I do not have any major concerns on limitations because it is a new product for us. We've had the opportunity to have a demonstration at 2 of our schools before we started this, and it was able to utilize what we need to do: deter the students from bringing items into the schools.
Evolve says its scanners use sensors and artificial intelligence to help flag threats like guns. They're used in schools and sports stadiums like the Columbus Crew's Lower.com field and are touted as being able to detect threats without the wait time of traditional metal detectors. But a test of the devices conducted at the Crew Stadium back in 2021 showed the overall detection rate for knives was 58%. The evaluators recommended full transparency for potential customers. A New York school district stopped using Evolve last fall after this knife attack. District officials said the Evolve system failed to detect the knife. I asked Evolve's co-founder about the conversation his company has with school districts. Do you guys have those conversations with your clients? Are you telling them that those things might be missed?
We have a very detailed conversations about what the system can do and what its limitations are. We share reports with them, such as the NCS4 report, and we talk through the results there. Everything is not 100% in that report. And we talk through what the results are, and they have other ways they might want to mitigate some of those things. But we try to be crystal clear and very transparent with the security teams at the organizations that are considering our technology.
Columbus City Schools says they plan to install the Evolve weapons detectors at the high schools. To see our full investigation and what Evolve's co-founder says about the improvements, you can go to 10tv.com and look for the 10 Investigates tab. Back to you.
Well, tonight, this video shows a Columbus City Schools student getting into a fight with another student holding a knife. One student was injured and the other was arrested. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Andrew Kinsey. Good to see you. The incident comes months after the district spent $3 million to install a new weapons detection system. But as 10 Investigates previously reported, that system has limitations and has failed to detect certain weapons during testing. Here's Chief Investigative Reporter Bennett Haeberle.
Andrew, the district says it will step up random screenings of students following this incident. There are still a lot of questions, though, about that knife, but it certainly comes at a time when the district has invested millions in this new weapons detection system that has been shown to have limitations. This video, shared on Twitter by the local Fraternal Order of Police, reportedly shows a stabbing last week at Mifflin High School. Columbus City Schools would not comment on the video the FOP posted or the contents it captured. While it remains under investigation, Brian Steele with the local FOP Lodge Number 9 says the video was shared with him by someone inside the school.
I struggled when I watched that video. I struggled to post that video. It was sickening to watch, a student almost killing another student with a knife.
He says it illustrates a need for the return of school resource officers in the state's largest district. No justice! Their contract wasn't renewed during the summer of 2020 when social justice protests and discussions about police reform were a prominent part of the national conversation.
He got a knife. He got a big one.
What is not clear is how the knife got into the school and if the district's new weapons detection system was operating properly or failed to detect it. 10 Investigates previously reported on the Evolve Express system and how it failed to detect certain weapons during a field test conducted back in 2021 at the Columbus Crew's Lower.com field. The Crew and other pro sports teams now use the devices to screen fans.
The results of that testing were very positive as we earned a score of 2.84 on a scale of 0 to 3.
Evolve did share a public-facing report about that testing, but it did not share this full report the tech firm IPVM obtained that showed photos of the items tested. While the Evolve system did find most handguns, it failed to detect a micro-compact handgun on 2 occasions. Metal pipes also had mixed results, and while some knives alerted 100% of the time, others were not detected. The overall detection rate for knives was 58%. CCS tells 10 Investigates that full report was not shared with the district prior to purchasing the Evolve system. A New York school district has since stopped using Evolve after a knife attack last fall. And back in February, when the district announced the installation, we asked the company's co-founder about the conversations it has with its clients. Are you telling them that those things might be missed?
We have a very detailed conversations about what the system can do and what its limitations are. We share reports with them, such as the NCS4 report, and we talk through the results there. Everything is not 100% in that report. And we talk through what the results are, and they have other ways they might want to mitigate some of those things.
We wanted to know more. Since the Evolve system was installed, how many weapons have been confiscated? In the first month of its installation, the district says they confiscated both a knife and a pair of nunchucks. We reached out to Evolve today to ask about this recent incident. A spokeswoman for that company would not provide specifics about what happened, but she did give us the following statement, quote, "We share the concern for the student that was injured and are working closely with Mifflin High School to help and support our customer. We cannot comment further on as this is an ongoing investigation."